And welcome everybody to AlexAdav.com for the best in video games of 2015, and we're going to be covering the best visuals in a game this year. It's always a tough one, dude. Everyone has a different eye, dude, for what visually appeals.
Some eyes are better than others.
Sometimes I'm the sexiest thing in 2015, sometimes I'm not, dude.
Sometimes it's me.
Sometimes it's Jason, dude. Let's start out with a couple, Witcher 3 and Splatoon.
We're going big guns to start off.
Yeah, let's just start it off. Witcher 3, originally when it came out, I thought it was amazing and beautiful, and you know, it did, but then like there's some visual stuff that just like drives me absolutely insane with it that I can't.
What's that? Do they have flat apples?
Dude, no, it's every single tree in that damn thing is bent from the wind. It drives me literally.
Oh yeah,
insane.
when you're riding and it's like.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, it's a cool effect to make it look like the wind, dude, but it drives me absolutely insane, dude. But on the other end of it, like all the textures and stuff really pop, dude, and it's like you can tell it's an next-gen game. You can tell that they're pushing like the systems, like
character design is great,
and they're trying to like make the characters look good. And then Bloodborne, another game that visually impressed, but then like it just falls kind of flat because like everything like just kind of blends together.
The colors, the color choices are really cool.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
It's brown, it's like dark black, brown, grays, and like more grays.
It's like a noir like ish thing.
Yeah, I did not like that game, the look of that game at all.
But like some of the beasts and stuff, dude, were really
character design is pretty solid.
But yeah,
I would say no.
The Order came out earlier this year, man. Like at the beginning of the year, almost
it
forgot.
It didn't have that like, oh my god, this is a really good looking game until the last shot when you saw London.
Oh, I disagree like entirely. I feel like right away that game is like blowing your fucking mind.
And the Zeppelin, when you're on
the
top of
airship
Zeppelin,
and you're going down
that
the side.
That was cool. Yeah, I remember now. Okay.
Yeah, that game is constantly like doing like little visual tricks that look really good. The transition between gameplay and the cinematics is really strong. I didn't love that game at all, but it's. As far as the look goes, I think that was a really good look.
Yeah, I just remember being impressed, like the scaling down the side of the Zeppelin, dude, and like
that was cool.
Feet going inside, like of it, like you know, indenting it and like going down, and like it looked fucking good. Like it looked really good, like something that Pixar would create. You know, like strikingly good.
A lot of really good attention to detail in that world.
Yeah, dude. Oh my gosh, attention to detail, dude. Man, I forget about that sometimes, dude. Like when I'm thinking about visuals and stuff like that, dude. What else we got here, dude? Rise of the Tomb Raider. Holy crap, dude. I hadn't actually seen like too much stuff on that, and then Amy booted it up, and I was actually playing Uncharted 2 at the time, so which isn't a really good thing, but it was the HD remaster, and I'm just like looking at it, and it's like,
yours looks better than mine.
Oh my god! It was like I wanted to stop looking at my TV. I was just like, "You're doing the same stuff I'm doing," but mine looks like it was like a kid version, and like this
getting
is
caught
like
in the snowstorm.
Oh, dude, dragging her feet through the snow and like you know the wind and like all the snow coming off in the mountains, and then but then there's some shit in there too that she was like in this pool of water, and the water was like really flat, and there was like smudgy like. I don't know if I was like, I kept asking her, I was like, did you break out of the game? Like, are you in an area you're not supposed to be that they didn't finish? Like, it just looked really weird. But that was just one small area.
That was like a little glitch or
otherwise,
something.
she looked up at the sky and there's like huge ass
skybox is really
like,
huge,
holy crap, dude.
Just the opening,
like,
the opening 5 minutes when you're just like walking through the snow and jumping on the ice. The ice has a look like I haven't seen in a game before. It's just really cool and it just looks visually is a really strong package.
And was it like that last year? Was it really impressive? I don't remember.
No, I mean it was a 360 game ported up to Xbox.
Gotcha.
So it never looked this good.
My gosh, dude, that thing is.
But this one looked really good.
Yeah, dude.
I put Mad Max on the list.
Amy loved Mad Max, dude. She thought that looked really good too, and it had a photo thing where you could take photos.
Yeah,
it was so good.
Those sandstorms were awesome in that game.
Yeah.
I love the look of it more. I think I love the skyboxes and the vistas and the way the color, the night to day transition was really strong, more than like the character design or the cars. And I didn't think any of that stuff was particularly great, but
it's
the
just like,
scope of that game was so large. It was really neat.
And it came out, you know, right when the movie came out, and the movie was strikingly good too. So like it kind of just lended itself to it, and like I thought it was cool the inclusion of a camera that you could kind of stop the game, like even mid explosion of stuff, like particle effects are going off, and you just pause it, spin the camera around it, and take like really cool pictures and stuff.
That was
like,
in Last of Us 2 though.
Like I like when games do that because it shows off and not like they're not afraid to say, hey, look at our graphics, look at what we can do, like it, you know, and like take a photo of it, show people, like you know, if it looks good, dude, you know. I think that's awesome. I think more games should do stuff like that.
It's a waste of time. No one uses it.
To take photos.
Everyone does the same thing. Like, who gives a shit? Just play the fucking game. It adds nothing. Like, who cares? Like,
Well, I did.
it adds, but it adds,
I liked it.
it
Amy
adds
liked
nothing
it.
to the visuals. Like, we're
No,
talking
it
about
just
best
let-
visuals, and
but-
that doesn't add anything to
but
it.
if
It's
you
just a
wanna look
fucking
at the visuals,
pause
right?
button, essentially.
But if you want to look at
But who
it,
cares?
yeah.
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It's the technical visuals is what we're talking about.
So it doesn't have anything to do with
It does
like,
nothing.
looking
You're
closer
just
at it
hitting
and
a
seeing
fucking
if
pause
it's-
button.
Yeah, but you can spin it around. So like if you're only looking at the back of Mad Max the entire game, you can pause it and try and see what the front looks like. See what what they did.
Cool. It doesn't add
some
it doesn't add a
programmers,
lens
like,
flare. It doesn't add a
created,
texture. It does nothing. It's a fucking pause
Lens
button.
flares are a joke.
It's
though,
pointless.
I mean, honestly,
Totally
like,
pointless.
It's a gimmick. Lens
Yeah.
flares.
It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
this conversation. It's
Visuals?
silly. Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
Just a pause button.
Well, don't look at the vistas either. Like you can't look at the vistas.
I mean, that's the art. They're drawing those things.
well, how are you
It's
gonna look at it unless you pause it?
when you're fucking playing the game?
All right, when you're running around, yeah. And then we have Splatoon as well, another awesome game, like cartoony, and like still has like the splatting effect of like all the ink and everything looks super ridiculously good, like splatting down and
it's
like
a really good looking game.
coming down. And I mean, the characters, I'm not an Inkling fan. Like the models and stuff didn't look that great.
For Wii U, it's pretty awesome. It just
It's probably the best looking game on the Wii U. I mean, they didn't really have too much. Xenoblades was a step up, but it just still felt like it was last gen stuff, dude. Tristan, what are you thinking, man? Mad Max, The Order.
We might want to include Star Wars Battlefront too, because walking through some of those ice skates with a lightsaber, pretty
it's
awesome.
pretty good. That's pretty strong. Very strong.
And then when you're in the open environment, it looks pretty awesome. But
Yeah.
when you're in a like hallway or like an enclosure, doesn't look so great. I felt like you can easily everything is just black sometimes.
Yeah.
Not the lighting was a little off on some of the
Yeah, but like Endor,
parts.
but like Endor in the rain is like
That's awesome,
one of the
yeah.
coolest looking things I saw all year, like hands down.
And even the Battle of Jakku was really impressive. With just looking up in the sky and seeing war going above you, and then downed ships already on the ground is
The explosions in that game are really good too. Like when something crashes and blows up in front of you, like that's a really good thing.
that was impressive.
I would love to have
Especially
paused
when
it.
you're running around and like a ship just lands right on top of your body and blows you up, and you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah, it looks really good.
There's some
Yeah,
good
tough, dude. A
contenders
lot
this
of
year.
good games this year that came out, dude. Visually,
I would say we'd knock off Mad Max, and we're stuck with The
The
Witcher.
Order and Bloodborne.
The Order was really good. We all walked away going, "Man, that game is so good looking." The
Batman
Witcher,
Arkham Knight.
it was good in spots.
Yeah, and they probably did more cinematics and yeah.
Keep
It looks very similar to the
When-
old Batman games. Like,
When you were going like through the motions, there's some things that weren't so impressive.
yeah, I couldn't put that above
Yeah, I think we've
Tomb
got a
Raider
good-
or
several
Star
games that are a
Wars
little
or
better
Witcher.
than that.
I would take Tomb Raider off because some of the stuff was very similar to what was in the last game, just up-resed in a better way.
And Star Wars did look really good in certain
But
spots.
they had some bad parts too.
Yeah, dude, it did.
The Witcher, as like an overall like large-scale game, did a really good job. The detail that we're talking about is really intense in that game.
And it didn't matter where you went, and like you would just see all sorts of really
You go into a
detailed
bar.
things, and inside the lighting was solid inside, and caves and stuff like that, dude. And the
Yeah,
enemies looked good, and it's a pretty game.
I'm okay with going with The Witcher on this.
Witcher 3 was up at top of my list.
Yeah, I'm down with The Witcher.
So The Witcher 3, guys.
I'm okay with
I
The
like
Witcher.
The Witcher 3.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
good with it.
Some pretty good visuals on that one.
Yeah.
Or and when you chop people in half and they split into two, and then they go flying into the sky and blood spurts
Yeah.
everywhere.
You got that one too.
And like the crones and stuff like that too, and like the night and day cycles and everything, dude. I totally agree, dude. I think the best visuals for 2015 on alertanav.com. The Witcher 3 sweeps it across the board, and I think Amy would agree, and I think she'd be super excited about it too,
Probably.
as well. So we'll let her know that it won.
Yeah,
secretly.
she'll be psyched.